Hello, my beautiful friends. It's Marta here from Drop of Sunshine. I have something special for you today. I wanted to share with you my latest creation, which is this brand new mini digital bundle called His Christmas. This is the collection compound into a mini bundle size, which contains 3 different design paper and a bunch of the elements, which you can see over here. I've cut some of them. Now I'll push this aside so they're not gonna be in a way, and let me just quickly show you some of the papers which are in the collection. As I've mentioned, there's a 3 design paper and each one of them is slightly different, but I wanted to make them so they all match. And the idea I had with designing this collection, I wanted to create something which will be not only for Christmas but for using all year round, and something which will be more kind of a masculine mixed media vintage vibe. So something which will help you to create some of the creations which personally for me, I always struggle with the masculine type of the cards, so I'm super happy to come in with this collection. The papers, the whole 3 designs, they are coming in JPEG format, which means you can perfectly resize them. Each one of the paper contains this lighter insert version and brighter proper design paper. And here is comparison between A4 size print, 8x8 and A6. So every time you will choose different printing option, this will change the design pattern and creating it smaller. So there is a plain paper, one with the heart and snowflake shape, and then there is design paper with those lovely poinsettia flowers, and everything is matching to the elements from this mini bundle. The mini bundle costs $3.99 only, so for that you get plenty of the papers which you can use for so many different occasions. And what it does, it contains that JPEG format with the papers, but also you get the PDF format with 5 printable pages. Let me just show you these. These are the elements which you can print and use for your collection, for your creation. There's some elements with flowers, snowflakes, and even more sentiment and the tags. And here is comparison of the elements and sentiments which are printed on a smaller version. So if you prefer to make a smaller cards, this is the option you can choose, and you can even print it on A6 size as well. I never do many little cards, so I just print them on A4 and A5. So without any further ado, let me just put this aside, and we're gonna be creating a couple of cards. Oh, and lastly, before I will jump into making cards, let me just show you a couple of the cards I've created while playing with these. So this is the very easy collection. You just cut the elements, you stick them together. You can use some circular dies, some like a doily shape or something to dress them up. But if you don't have any dies, this is the card I've created without using any dice. Everything is here is cut with the scissors, so you'll be able to create lots of different cards. What I also have today, I had my digital classes today morning. These were on a CRAFTSTASH page, and these was the 2 cards I've created, and I kind of like this dark black color here, so I'm gonna be creating another inspiration being inspired with this card. So let's get started. I am starting from taking A4 size piece of the cardstock. This is a beautiful dark green pearl paper in 250 GSM. I've created my own A5 size card base, and now I am trying to find the piece. I have this left over from the card I was showing you earlier, which I've created on my today's live classes. I will give you a link down below if you would like to see it. And now I am creating a little mat to go around it. I really like this black color pop on this Christmas card, so I've decided to recreate it. Now I am embossing this front panel using this Nordic Christmas embossing folder, and I'm gonna be cutting a couple of the elements. Here you can see I have the double set because normally there is one border coming in the set, but I do have double the set, so I could use them on one passing through. I'm also gonna be cutting additional stack from the Nordic Christmas collection and one more circular frame from my own collection. And just to let you know, my friend, my collection is actually on a sale, and today is the last day. It was on a sale for a whole week, and today the last day of the July, you can still get it at 30% off. And what is more, the CRAFTSTASH actually had this stretch and save offer for this weekend. So if you're watching it on a Sunday, today is the last day you can buy the collection, and you can also get additional 10% off. So that will give you a 40% off if you would like to buy the whole collection. Now, unfortunately, when I was running through this stack through the embossing folder, one of the antlers just broke, but I've decided to fix it, and rather than cutting another element from the same paper, I just use a piece of a scrap of paper and cut another one there, and then I just glue my piece on top of that. And now I'm just teeny tightly chopping the sentiment because I wanted to get rid of this white frame, and I'm gonna be embossing my elements. I'm gonna be using this embossing pad and the gold embossing powder, and as you can see here, I am just going with the very distressed look. I am using my finger and brush just to get rid of the excess, and this is just something I really like to do. And I'm also gonna be accenting all the black elements, and for that I am just going over the edges and adding some gold embossing powder. And as I'm saying, I am going with the distressed look, so it doesn't have to be super perfect, but once you get that teeny tiny bit of the sparkliness, this is just absolutely taking your card up to the next level. So I really like to do, and I'm doing the exactly same thing with my front panel. So once I run through all the 4 sides, then I am sprinkle it with the embossing powder, and then I am brushing off with my finger all the excess because I don't want to have too much gold, but I just want to have this nice beautiful rich border all around, which will even more accent the embossing folder design. Now I am drying all the elements. I'm setting the powder on all of the elements using the heat gun, and once I will have it done, then I will start assembling my card. I've made a couple mistakes with this card, like changing my minds, because sometimes it's just it's impossible to see how the things will look like exactly. We have some envision, we have some idea, but then once we put all the elements together, it's sometimes find out that, oh, this is not what we were expecting, this is not what we thought. And with this card, I'm showing you all my mistakes. I am not cutting them out from the video, so you could see that it happened to all of us. We also changing the mind, we also trying to, you know, amend some things which we are not happy. And if you create the card like that and you will feel like, oh, this is not something what I thought it will be, then definitely just try to change it. Just try to, you know, add some extra element or change the color or something, and you will see that this will look instantly better. Now I am adhering my front panel to this black frame, and then I am just gluing those 2 side borders to the panel. And for that I am using the double-sided tape, and I'm trying to position them so they're gonna be pretty much like equal. So once I will cut the pattern, they will be matching on both sides. And I like to trim my elements with the guillotine rather with the scissors, because with the scissors there is higher chances that I will just cut it in a slight angle and it's not gonna be super sharp, like clean cut edge. For this front panel, I am lifting it with the double-sided foam tape. This is a 1mm foam which I have, and it doesn't need to be very high up, but this little bit of the dimension, this really helps to elevate this panel and make it pop up even more from the card base. So as you can see here, I've got my stack and this frame, and I'm attaching hem, so I could lift them up, and this way I don't have to worry about adding the foam tape to my circle. But the very second I've put it all together with the panel, with the front panel I have here, I thought this stack is really disappearing in front of my card. I mean, I had this idea that it will be looking nicely if it's gonna be embossed and use the gold embossing powder, but here I am looking on the card and I just feel like, oh, this is not really standing up as much as I thought it would. So for that I cut another element from the same card as my card base, and I'm just gonna be gluing it on top of that. And don't be afraid, as I've mentioned, if you feel that something is not looking right, just have a look and change it. And here you can see instantly how this little change has bring all the elements even more visible, and I think it's just a good decision to change something, because not everything we have in the head, the idea, it always has to 100% work. So as I'm saying, just play with the papers, just play with your elements. And as you can see, I did a little bit of the dry run just to see if I'm happy with the elements. I am truly sorry for the background noises, because I'm sure you're gonna be hearing a lots of the seagulls in the video, but we do have some little we've got the nest with a little seagulls right beside the house, so they are quite loud. Every time someone is walking by, they just take the alarm and just making a lot of noise. So here I am just working on the final composition and just adhering those couple of the flowers, and these flowers are also made from the digital bundle. I've just couple of those poinsettias and turned them into 3D flowers, adding this gold berry, and then couple of the leaves and those blackberry branches. These were cut from the Card Making Magic set. So all the supplies, everything I used in today's video, I will give you the links down below. And then as a final touch, I'm gonna be adding couple of the Nuvo drops. At first I've added those clear drops to those berry branches, but later on you will see that in the final photos I did add a little bit of the different color pearl. And I did a little change because once the clear drops, they were drying, they were hardly visible, so I've decided to add a little bit of the fairy wing pearl one, and then as a final touch to my card I am adding a couple of the stone drops. Here is the little close-up look on this bundle, which is $3.99 only, and then couple of the photos of the today's card. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video and inspiration, and if you do, please don't forget to share the video, to say hi in the comment. This really helps me out as a creator and helps my YouTube channel to keep growing. Thank you. I'm wishing you all a fabulous day. Stay blessed and bye-bye.